Friday Night Insights, and we mean Friday Night Insights.
Yeah, for once.
7 p.m. For the great Metamora and Geneseo rivalry of yore. Metamora, boy, what a game they advanced through. I mean, Malone's had a few, but is that the greatest game ever there?
Oh, I don't know. That's, I mean, considering the level of it was at, being a semifinal, it's certainly up there. I mean, they've had some games there.
Yeah.
They've been pretty good. The Geneseo 3 overtime one comes to mind.
Yeah.
Open the season.
That's the one.
28-21, 3 overtimes. But again, that was to open the season, so what does that really matter? I mean, this was for 3 yards for a spot in the state title. I mean, how much better can it get?
The Leafs have been to the playoffs 33 times. Geneseo. There's only been 36 years.
Yeah.
And that leads the state. That's one more than Joya Catholic, and Metamora's gone 25 times of its own.
I believe those numbers don't count this year, I believe. So 34 and 26. Yeah.
Nice point. So Geneseo's missed 2.
That's if my math is correct, that's 98,
it's pretty good.
97, I think.
Percent? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it in my head. That's
And you
you think the folks up there are just like, well, it's playoffs time, we better just loosen up a little bit here. And
your math's not correct.
Sorry,
They've missed 2.
I'm just.
We're multiplying by 3. They're about 94.5%.
Okay.
But.
And they had the same uniforms.
Yes.
That they wore back in the 70s, too.
Oh, nothing ever changes.
Nothing. The Packer helmets and the leaves. And
now, this is a Geneseo team that we took our eye off a little.
Yeah.
Because they've been decent, not great. There was a heck of a lot of everybody beats everybody else up there among Sterling, Morris, LaSalle, Prude, them, and the interlopers that they're about to go join, whatever. You know, you can never figure out exactly. So they've lost twice?
Yeah, lost to Morris and lost to LaSalle, Peru.
In what my friend who went to that game said was the best game he's ever seen because it was some tight 1-point thing at the end.
Yeah. Well, it's just the way they play. Unless they're just overmatched somebody, they don't blow people out.
Yeah.
And I mean, they play good defense and they control the ball and they don't turn it over and they hope to be in it late and make a mistake and so they can capitalize and win. That's what they've been doing the entire playoff run. Metamora looks, I mean, like the run and shoot compared to what Geneseo runs. Really. In fact, I talked to Coach Johnson today at Geneseo and he's like, yeah, you talk about a balanced offense. Our balanced offense is spread the carries around among the running backs. Kind
of an easy path for these Maple Leafs, don't we think?
A little
Mendota
bit. In fact,
the quarters,
Metamora,
love them.
Metamora, aside from a Rochester game, some relatively easy path as well. So, 4A was kind of
4A left a little to be desired this year, I think.
But they're both here, and
yeah,
and they're going to hand out a trophy on Friday. And
have the Leafs been to a game since it's been in Champaign?
I don't believe so, no.
Yeah, they had a lot of Hancock Stadium history, but it's been a minute since they've gotten this far.
It's been since '93 since they've been in a state title game. Right. So
I knew that this was the coach's first shot at a title, which he's pretty excited about because if he wins it, he'll join his father, who also won one title.
Wow.
Let's dope this game. I don't, you haven't had a chance to see Geneseo, even though it's not impossible that we would have, but we haven't. What do we know?
Ooh,
the halftime thing you mentioned.
Yeah, they're outscored 112 to 103 in the first half this year for a team that's in the state title game. But then they turn around in the second half and they outscore opponents 225 to 42.
I would love to be in those half times. And just that, that's got to be.
That's
amazing.
That's conditioning. That's defense. That's being better in the fourth quarter and third quarter than your opponents are.
You want another stab at the math? They played 12 games and given up 42.
No.
Okay.
You're going to sweat a journalist about his math? Come on.
The key is in Metamora to get up big early. I mean, if they're going to, you got to put this team away.
And then just hold on.
Yeah, I mean, Metamora does that. They'll play a stalemate for the first quarter, and then they have that run, the Metamora run, they call it, where they'll score 21, 28 points in a stretch. And they've done it for years, and they got to do it to this team. Yeah. It can't be a situation like the Morris game from a couple years ago where you let them hang around.
Right.
Because then it comes down to making one turnover, making one mistake, making one penalty.
They almost had that in the quarterfinal against Breeze. I mean, got a little conservative, and Breeze took advantage of that conservative.
If Metamora plays as well offensively in this game as it is Saturday, they have no problem winning this game.
Yeah.
We think Metamora 30-20, real clean, 30-20.
28-14. Metamora.
You guys are always on the 7th.
I like
32-13.
32-13.
Yeah.
That's not clean. But
Then again, almost no state title games are close, right? They all get away from one team.
Yeah.
I like the 28-24.
You're talking to a guy who sat through like a 45-7 title game last year.
Let's look around at the others real quick.
Yeah.
Our friends from Joliet Catholic, after squeaking through Washington and Richwoods, see Lombard Montini, which, what?
Is this the same,
4 losses?
4 losses.
Is this the same Montini group that had like 12 kids on the roster last year and was still making runs?
This is a program situation, and it's very similar to the 4A bracket where the lower half was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Relatively compared to the top half. I mean, the top half in 5A, you got Joliet Catholic, you had Washington, you had SHG, you had Richwoods. The lower half, you just didn't have that much strength.
No.
And a team that finished 5-4 squeaked through.
Yeah.
The Joliet Catholic is just playing so well right now.
Yeah. I mean,
The last 2 games, they've played near perfect. They were fast enough on sloppy fields, relatively so sloppy fields at Richwoods in their own stadium.
Yeah.
On the turf, they're going to be insane.
oh, yeah.
Except, okay, that's bad. But how bad will Providence beat Cary Grove?
Cary Grove is...
So glad we're not going down on Saturday, by the way. I want to watch girls basketball on Saturday. I have no desire to watch those Saturday games.
Cary Grove's is not very tested. I'm looking at like in the high 40s to the 20s here.
Yeah. Could be a 49-24.
Yeah, something like that. But Providence gets back on track. Their 10th title.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well,
all the way back to 04. They were winning every year there for a while as we went into this.
We were looking at that list before we went on. That the rich are just going to get richer this year between Joliet Catholic and Providence, and Warrenville South has another chance to add to its collection, and even Geneseo. So, I mean, the
Main South,
the all-time leaders list is going to grow again.
What about your little folk? The Stillmans were a little too good for...
Stillman really surprised me last week. They,
it's actually a 3-time champ itself.
Yeah.
Mind you.
Yeah. But they, that line really got physical with the Atlanta West line, which is just something I'm not used to seeing. And they've got... It's not a flashy offense. It's not going to blow your doors off, but they just keep. We're going to go 3 yards on cloud up with dust up the middle. We're going to play action pass, and every now and then we might try to get to the edge. And then,
I mean,
there's something over there and get Tolono Unity.
Yeah, Tolono Unity fresh off a 58-53. Evidently the press worked at the end, and they, got a few turnovers.
This is Stillman by 2 touchdowns.
I don't
Maybe not.
I get the feeling Stillman's kind of like Geneseo. They're not going to blow anybody out, but they're just going to wear you down and overtake you in the fourth quarter.
Tolono is unbeaten because everybody in that Final Four was
everybody
unbeaten.
was unbeaten, exactly.
And then let's go smaller. Our friends from Lexington will try to win one. It's about 4 or 5 years ago they won one. All types of questions. I'm a bad lawyer. I'm asking my witnesses questions they don't know. But
the big story with Lexington is obviously the TJ Stendy taking over the rushing record.
He already has it, so he's just adding on.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Now he's just setting it. But somebody described it as death by 1,000 paper cuts. And that's what he does. They're going to give him 40 carries, and he's going to try to run.
That being said, I mean, he averages 9.8 in carries. So.
Right.
They give him 40.
They call him Rozier yet? That's the biggest average I've ever had. Mike Rozier. What did we skip? 2. Where Gibson
Morrison.
City fell out. Morrison is representing the league I was ragging on a few weeks ago. River.
Well, I think I picked Morrison to lose like in the second round or something.
Yeah.
So they just keep proving me wrong.
They do.
Now we're looking at a nice game. I think
that'll be an alright game. I think Maroa might surprise Morrison a little bit. I think Maroa comes in 2 losses.
Maroa will win. I don't care if they have the losses. They have 2 losses and Morrison has none.
Right.
Maroa by 10. Book it. Friday night for the Metamora and Geneseo is perfect. You say first public title for 4A since they split?
Yep. Since they split to 8.
Because Driscoll hogged it for a while.
And BCC a little bit, and...
That's interesting, and no better programs to represent. These aren't Johnny-come-lately, as we talked about at the top. Geneseo, Metamora, some 60-odd trips between them. That's pretty heady stuff. So we wish the Redbirds luck. We wish the Maple Leafs luck in a good game, too. We thank you for a whole season of FNI. Wes has got stuff on Geneseo on Thanksgiving. He's got previews with Metamora and stuff on Friday. And we'll have all our basketball in those days, too. So thanks again, and bye-bye.